guys, welcome back. I'm so sorry it's been so long since the last time I was filming, but you know, December is a crazy time for pretty much everybody, so I know you all understand life. So today I think what I'm gonna do, I'm feeling just maybe doing something simple on the face, but I want to use all products that I've received from BoxyCharm. I did just receive my BoxyCharm January base box. This is not sponsored, by the way. I'm not affiliated with BoxyCharm. I received the BoxyCharm base box, which, hold on just a second, let me tell you what that price is, because I do believe it just increased slightly for the 2022 year. Let me see what the price is. Okay, so the base box is $27.99 a month. You get 5 full-size products, and you can customize your box for makeup or skincare or a little bit of both. So that's what I received. I received the base box, and I just received my January base box, and I put together some products that I've used and that I've received in past base boxes. So some of these products I've already used and I'm kind of familiar with. Others are new. So let's just go ahead and get started. I even did my face, my skincare after my shower with some products that I've received in BoxyCharm. The first thing that I used was the Volition Hibiscus Unspottable Correcting Oil. I just put a couple of drops in my hand, rubbed those together, patted it all over the face, and I let that sink in real good for several minutes before I went in with the GlamGlow moisturetrip Omega Rich moisturizer. Those are both pretty good products. I'm going to go ahead and go in with primer. This is the Touch in Soul No-Pore-blem Prime Essence. Just comes in a little squeezy tube. I actually really like this. I think this is the second one I received one, and then I purchased one from BoxyCharm in their drop shop, I think is what it's called now, their add-ons. And they have it, usually their drop shop and their add-ons, they have things on there that they've put in past boxes that are like up to 50 and 70% off. So you can get some pretty good products on there every once in a while for, you know, a pretty good discount. I don't buy things from their drop shop very often, but when I find something that I really like that I've received in their boxes, I do tend to buy another one. Okay, so I think for foundation, I actually have a couple of different ones that I've received. One of them is a BB cream, and then I have this. I've only used this probably 2 or 3 times. This is from Trestique, and it is the foundation stick. I have mine in the Paradise Island beige. I think it actually might be too dark for me now. It was pretty good match in summer when my skin was a little bit darker. So we'll see. If it doesn't work out, I may use the other one because I know it matches my skin tone pretty well. So let's pin the hair back. And we're just going to start. Well, it doesn't look too bad. Just going to start drawing this on the face. I want to cover up my redness, which I have a lot of redness on the cheeks from my rosacea, so I'll try to cover that up. And just kind of scribble a line on my forehead. And then we're going to use, this is a sponge that I received from BoxyCharm. Actually, let's go in with a brush first. So I received a number of different brushes from BoxyCharm. This is one from Alamar Cosmetics. Ooh, now that I'm looking at it, it looks pretty yellow. But let's just go ahead and blend it out and see what happens. I'm going to just blend it. So how is everyone? Did you guys have a nice Christmas? Happy New Year, by the way. Can you believe it's 2022? Ugh. Christmas well. I had a couple of sick kids at the beginning of the Christmas break from school. I think one of them just had a stomach bug, and one of them was just congested. I mean, it's blending out pretty well. You can't really see. You can see how yellow it was there, but when you blend it out, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, so there are two products I have never actually received from BoxyCharm. One is a concealer and one is a bronzer. So I just grabbed a couple that I have in my inventory. One, the concealer is one I think that I don't think it's currently in BoxyCharm, but I think, they have other products from this brand in BoxyCharm, so it could potentially be something you might receive from BoxyCharm. And by the way, I'll try to remember to have all of the product prices listed down below, because I don't have them in front of me. So I'll try to find those for you, and I'll list them in the description box. Okay, so I'm just going to go over that with my sponge. This is a sponge I received in BoxyCharm from Anastasia Beauty. And I don't know, this sponge, I really like it. It's a different texture though than other sponges I've used, if that makes sense. I don't know what this texture is, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I don't know. Anyway. Alright, moving on. So I'm going to use the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. There are other Nars products that you can potentially receive in BoxyCharm. I have one that I actually received in my January base box that I will be using here in just a little bit. So let's just go ahead and dot this. Blend this out. And these are brushes that I have received from BoxyCharm. I don't know if I mentioned that. These are from Luxie, and this is it's technically a highlight brush, I guess, but each their own. One of the other things I really like about this brush is how precise the tip is. I mean, you can really just get right in there and blend. I don't bake, but if you were going to bake, this would be a really good sponge to lay that bake down with, just you can really get right into that inner corner there. So this is a product that I received from BoxyCharm quite some time ago. This is the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder. I love this stuff. I have not repurchased it yet, but because I have quite a bit left still. I use this pretty much daily when I do makeup. It is just such a good powder, and I will repurchase this when I need to. It is really good. It is so soft and so finely milled that you don't even realize you have it on. It doesn't leave a powdery finish. It doesn't feel powdery on the skin. It isn't drying. So those are all things that I really appreciate, because I have dry skin and I don't want to feel dry. I just realized my dryer is on in the background, so you may hear it go on and off because I think it's in the cool down stage. So if you hear that, I'm sorry. I'm just going to take my sponge and press that powder down. I'm going to go ahead and go in with bronzer. I'm going to use, like I said, I've never received a bronzer from BoxyCharm, so I'm just going to go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And this is just in the shade Bronzer. I believe it's the medium shade. And I'm going to go in with my Luxie 205 brush, just a big powder brush. This is pretty much the brush I always use for powder, or for bronzer. And I'm just going to kind of tap that on. So for blush, should we do blush or should we do eyes? Nah, let's go ahead and do eyes. Okay, so this is from Pinky Rose. This is the Hip Hop Eye Pencil, or eyeshadow stick. And it's just a really creamy stick that makes a really good eyeshadow base. It's pigmented enough that when you blend it out, it cancels all of that color. Let me get a brush to blend it out with. This is the Luxie 213 brush. We're just going to blend that out. Alright, so both eyes are blended. So we're going to go in with the eyeshadow palette that I received in the January base box. This is the RealHer Dream So Big eyeshadow palette. And oops, a little plastic protector came out. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It's very kind of pinky mauve palette. Okay, so we're going to just go in. We're going to get started. I'm going to find some brushes. I called this one, so okay. I called this the 205 brush. It's the 502 brush. My apologies. This is the 205 brush from Luxie, the tapered blending brush. I'm going to use my color switch. You can see how much I use it. And just make sure that there is no color. I'm pretty sure I've cleaned all of my brushes before this. But I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that there is no color on here. And I am going to go in with this first light pink shade called Desire. I'm going to use that all over the crease as my transition. Ooh, this is very, I don't know, can you see this? I don't know if you can see how dusty that was. It was very dusty. Alright, I've never used a RealHer eyeshadow palette. I have some lipsticks I think I've received from them, or lip glosses that I do enjoy. This is the first eyeshadow palette I've ever received. So let's just go ahead and start putting this in the crease. First impressions, it's a lot more pink on the eye than it is in the pan. In the pan it looks a lot more dusty rose, and I guess, I mean, it does look dusty rose on the eye, but it looks a lot more pink dusty rose instead of mauve dusty rose. Does that make sense? Let's see what shade. I think I want to go in with the shade Imagine next, this one right here. So this is the Luxie 237. You can see it's a little bit smaller than the Luxie 205. So give that a quick swirl. Don't go in with the shade Imagine. Corner. Just gonna start buffing. Okay, I want to go in with this shade, Imagine. I'm going to go in first with it on the lower lash line. I'm just going to put a little bit back on the brush, pinch my brush just a little bit, and run it close to the lash line. Okay, so then I'm going to go back in with the first shade, Desire, and I'm going to run it all along the lower lash line, going below where I put that darker shade. Alright, so I'm going to dip into one of these shimmer shades. I'm really intrigued by this one right here, called Encourage. Like on the finger, a rosy champagne. We're going to put this on the eyelid, kind of starting in the middle and then blending it out towards the inner corner. Yeah, very nice. Okay, I like that. Okay, so for eyeliner, I have it's called Mally, from the Mally Ever Color gel waterproof liner in the shade Onyx. Of course, just a simple black eye pencil. So we're going to go ahead and just put that on. I can't talk and do liner at the same time, so be right back. Okay, liner is on. I kind of just went to about 3/4 of the way across the lid. It's a very creamy gel liner, black. It's fine. Okay, so next let's go ahead and go into blush. Now, I think just about everybody knows or has heard of this blush or has probably used it, or if you have not used it, you've heard of it. I have never used it. I could never bring myself to spend the money that it costs on this blush. This is the Nars very cult classic Orgasm blush. So I received that this month for January in my base box from BoxyCharm. So we're just going to, it's not coming up on the brush very pigmented. A little more from everything I'd heard. I always thought it was a lot more pigmented than that. So let's just start applying that to the, I'm going to apply a little bit higher up on the cheeks. Kind of across the temple a little bit in a C shape. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it. Did that do anything? This is another reason why I don't buy things that are cult classics, because they always seem to be a little bit more disappointing in real life. I don't know why everybody says it's so good. I mean, I can't even see it. Are my cheeks just that red that I can't see a pink blush on my cheeks? I mean, I have blushes from the drugstore that are so much better. I'm sorry, Nars, don't come for me, but I see a lot of the shimmer. There's a whole lot of shimmer. I have a highlighter palette here that I was going to use, but I don't think I'm going to need to. Wow, there's more shimmer than blush. I don't know. It's not my favorite. I'm sorry, Nars. Okay, moving on. Let's let's just go into highlight. Let's make it a little bit more glowy. This is the Beauty Bakery Milk and Honey Highlight Palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. So I was originally thinking that I would use this shade called Spoiler Alert. I guess I still will. This is the Persona Cosmetics dual-ended blush and highlight brush. I'm just going to use the smaller end for highlight. We're going to tap off the excess, and we're going to add some more highlight. Okay, so before I go into the rest of the eyes and the brows and the lips, I am going to set the face. I don't like spraying my face after I've got brow product on and mascara on. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray. This is the Maven Beauty Rose Water Setting Spray. It's not my favorite. I'm not a big fan of the rose scent in it. Oh, I should have sprayed this before. Okay, let me just go ahead and kind of frame that off to the side. It does have a very, I'm sorry. I can't breathe. Rose. Oh my word. Whew. If you like rose, if you like to smell rose, if you like to taste rose. I can taste it when I inhale. Oh man, it is so fragrant. I'm sorry, it's not, it's just not for me. Wow. Oh man, that really got me choked up. I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, I'm better. I'm just gonna kind of press that down, make sure all my powders are nice and set. So this is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I got mine in the shade Caramel or Caramel, and it came with a brush. Dipped my brush into it. I'm gonna kind of tap that off a little bit on the back of my hand because I don't want to go in too heavy with it because I've never used this product before. Just gonna kind of start drawing. RealHer's on. I was afraid that this shade was going to be too dark, but it's really not. It's actually pretty nice. Okay, brows are done. So then let's go ahead and go in with mascara. This is the Pure Fully Charged Mascara. This is powered by magnetic technology. I don't know what that means, so I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, so here's the wand, just standard wand here. Alright. Alright, I got a few mascara marks under my eye here. Let that dry and then wipe it away. I mean, first impressions, it's a nice black mascara. It went on nice. The bristles are very stiff, which I thought I wouldn't like very much. However, it did a really nice job separating the lashes and keeping them separated so they're not all clumpy. I'm not a super huge fan of clumpy lashes. So, yeah, I'll have to let you all know how it wears. If it irritates my eyes, I do have sensitive eyes, and so very often mascaras will make my eyes itch and hurt and water, and so we'll have to see if this does any of those things. I'm just going to sweep those mascara marks away. So mascara is fixed. Let's go in. I'm going to use the Pinky Rose stick again, and I'm going to go into the waterline. Oh, that really brightened things up, okay. Alright, so next we're going to go into lips, and I have the Dragon Beauty lip pencil. I have, okay, it's called a lip job liner in the shade 2.0. It's kind of just a nude brown. So we're just going to line the lips. Yeah, that shade goes pretty well with that eyeshadow. Oh, mascara mark. And that lip liner also came with a little sharpener, so that's really cute. I appreciate that. Alright, this is a lipstick from Appeal Beauty, and it is the Ultra Cream Lipstick. I have mine in the shade Naked, which looks like this. Just a very pretty neutral, leaning cool nude shade. Pat that on. I'm going to go ahead and use a lip gloss gloss. This is the Iconic London lip gloss. I have mine in the shade Nearly Nude, and this is a lip plumping gloss. So this is what the applicator looks like. It has kind of a little swoop right there. Okay. I'm just going to put that right in the center. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay, so that's the look using BoxyCharm. So like I said, these are products that I've received over the course of probably the last 6 months, I would say, maybe 8 months, except for the powder, the Ciate London powder. I know I received it over a year ago, and no, I have not been using it for a year. I've probably been using it for pretty close to 8 months, but I was using another powder before then, before I started using that one. So anyway, this is the complete look. I mean, it looks very, very neutral, very everyday, very easy, very glowy, thanks to that blush and highlighter. Alright, so let me know what you want to see next. Hopefully my filming schedule will get back a little bit more to normal, where I can do a video once a week. If not every week, then maybe every 2 weeks. We'll see what I can make work out. We're still pretty busy this time of year. So yeah, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will try to get more content up as soon as possible. And yeah, leave a comment down below which products you want to see me use next, and I will try to make it happen. So thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you spending your time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!